So landing on the heel, I mean, a lot of people will sort of touch their heel like a proprioceptive heel strike where they're sort of noticing the ground, but then it's much more healthy to land here, okay? So now I want you guys to just shift your weight over to one side and just balance on one foot. Okay. Does everybody feel how their big toe is sort of like trying to get itself down to the ground, right? It's all right. So that's your big toe is really important when it comes to balance, right? Now I want you to just shift your weight to the outside of the foot a little bit. Okay? So you see how much more unstable you are there? Okay, so it's important to have your whole foot on the ground. All right? Okay. Just switch to the other side, just so that we have that symmetry. So you may notice that one side of you is a little bit more balanced than the other. Okay? All right. So a great thing to do, very simple way that you can work on this is just to stand on one foot. You know, as much as you can. And then, you know, it gets a little harder if you close your eyes. Okay? So we have three ways of sensing, we have three senses that are working when it comes to balance. You have your inner ear, you have your eyes, right? And then you have touch. Okay? So your foot needs to know where it is in relationship to the ground. So a lot of these people that are getting into this whole like barefoot running and minimalistic running, you know, your feet actually, even though we're not used to that pounding and that firmness that we feel, it's actually what our bodies like. They like to know, your foot wants to know where it is in relationship to the ground so it can make that assessment and then perform the work that's responsible. It doesn't want to have to search through. I mean, how many people have run on soft sand, right? It's not enjoyable. You know, you're sort of all over the place when you're running and you're sore, right, afterwards, because your body is trying to constantly look for something like that it can say, oh, okay, here I am, you know. All right, so we've established the fact that we want to get our whole foot on the ground. So just take your one foot and sort of bring it out in front of you. I want you guys to just curl your toes, okay? Just curl your toes down, and you feel that that's like gripping. So a lot of us do that in our shoes because we're sort of like, you know, we're looking for that balance or that stability. Now I want you to put your whole foot on the ground. Now instead of curling your toes, I want you to take your big toe and I want you to press your big toe like into the ground, like you're pushing a button with it. Okay? So feel that feeling of sort of, now what I feel when I do that, when I'm pressing my big toe, I feel my arch get engaged. And some of you might feel that, okay? All right, so that's what you want to feel there. I mean, there's a tendon that comes underneath that big toe that you're now activating. So that's good for you guys to just practice that. If you want to strengthen your feet, simply press the big toe like you're pushing a button with it. Okay, so that'll help engage and that'll help to strengthen that arch. So when you see an arch like a bridge, right, where is it supported from? It's supported from both ends. Okay, so you need support back in here and up here at the big toe.